My first memory, it's like really not anything special, but there was one of those things in between the doors, you know, those gates that you put in your house. And I was like crawling all over it, and I was trying to get my mom to make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was just like, Mommy, you know, like, make me this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and I finally like crawled over this thing and like, was like, saying, Mom, like, please, and I was like walking around her feet. I actually didn't say please, because that's the whole thing of the story. I just fucked up this whole story. But, so then finally she's just like, say please, and then when I make it for you, you say thank you. So I was like, please, Mommy, can I have a peanut butter and jelly? And she's like, yes, you may. And so she like made me a peanut butter and jelly and like cut it diagonally, like the way I like it. And I don't know, like just remembering then, like I thought then, I was like, I just have to be nice. Like I have to say these right things to like eventually, not like exactly get what I want, but in order for people to feel well, like they were treated well, you know? So, yeah, it's not anything special, it's just, I remember it.
Like, I don't think my first memory, like, channels a life lesson.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm thinking of, like, my early memories, I don't know exactly which one was my first, but, like, when I think of early memories, I think of the trip we took to California. It was a road trip. It was, like, me, my mom, my grandma, and my sister. There could have been other people, that's all I knew. Two things I remember from that trip are, no, three things. Disney World. I didn't want to ride the scary rides, so my grandma and I watched Beauty and the Beast, like, it was like live action, weird dancing puppet things. Another thing was in the ocean. I remember holding on to my grandma's hand, and my mom was holding onto my sister's hand, and my sister got knocked over by a wave. I thought it was hilarious. She was, and like, this is like super early, like we were like 2 and 4 or something. But I remember watching my older sister get knocked over by a wave, and I thought it was funny. And I remember a little baby crab floating by me. And then I remember we were watching Peter Pan on our friend's couch in California, and there's an earthquake, and everybody else knew, but we didn't. But, like, I don't remember, like, but, like, I feel like yours was, like, all of a sudden, like, a cognitive realization of, oh my gosh, if I act this way, this will happen.
That's
like,
how, yeah, like, it's sort of weird, because there may have, I don't remember a lot of things when I was super young, because they all sort of blur together. But that feels like it was my earliest memory. Maybe it's because it was my first, like, big recognition of something that I was all of a sudden, like, if I change the way my actions are, like, that will change the way people receive me. Like, obviously I didn't think it in those words, but I thought, that's something useful. You know, like, that's something I should try and do from now on. And I thought that was really cool. Because I was thinking about that today, like, that was sort of like a beginning of being polite. You know what I mean? Which is sort of weird.
Well, the beginning of just, like, human interactions.
Yeah.
Like proper human interactions.
Yeah.
Well, like, my nephew, who's 5 now, he, like, ever since he was an infant, like, from day one, I've always sung the song Edelweiss to him. You know, the Edelweiss.
I love that song.
Yeah, me too.
Edelweiss.
Every morning you breathe.
Oh, it makes my heart happy.
Soft and white. So I always sing this since he was a baby. And then my sister, like, she was living in an apartment by herself. Her and Quentin. Quentin was 2. This is when he was, like, 2. He was still a little baby. Her best friend, like, neighbor, like, came, like, pounding on the door one morning. She's like, I'm on my way to work, but I found this cat in the gutter. And it was this little baby kitten, this baby kitten. And it was... no, the story gets good. And so the baby kitten, it was just covered in mud. Like, it was this scraggy, this little... So she's like, do something with it, I have to go. So her friend left. And Erica's like, well, okay. So Erica, like, took it in the bathtub and, like, washed it off. And it was white underneath all this mud because it was in the gutter. So it was white. And so she wrapped it in a towel. And then she had to, like, go and get ready for work herself. So she's like, Quentin, like... So she gave it to Quentin. And he's, like, 2. And so... She's like, he has this cat, like, this little baby kitten in this towel, and Erica goes to get ready, and she like, stops, and she hears, I'm, like, emotional, she hears, like, in the other room, she hears this little voice. She goes in, and he's singing Edelweiss. But, I mean, he doesn't know all the words, because he's just 2, but he's like, Edelweiss, like, so, and he's singing this song to her, to this cat. So they named the cat 80, or, like, Edelweiss. And it's just, like, that he was too, but like that rubbed off on him. That like that's how you nurture something. That's how you like. I don't know. It was just really cool that like I had that impact on him. That he remembered that like that he was affected by how I, you know, approached him and how I treated him. That like that's how he treated the kitten too, when it needed to be like swaddled. Like my heart.
That's such a good story.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. That is such a good story. Oh God. That is the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Oh my God.
When Erica told me, I was just like, oh, Quentin, like,
oh.
But like that makes you think about like your early, my heart.
Oh, I'm just like that was so nice.
It just makes you think of like how like your earliest understanding of humanity and just how to act humane and stuff like that. I don't know.
That is like so beautiful. I know that sounds so cliche to say it like that, but really that's just touching as fuck. Like that's got me like right there.
Yeah.
And it's, oh.